get enough of what you got. Good God, you hit the spot. Try to let go, but I just cannot. So don't you stop, I need it. Glow, try to...
We are here. The first thing I do before starting my skincare routine, actually, we're going to go ahead and say that this is a part of my skincare routine. I grab my designated lip exfoliating toothbrush and I start to lightly exfoliate my lips. This is a wonderful, wonderful tip to take into the fall and the winter months because I've talked about it in the past. I've had a couple of winter seasons where the lips were so dry that they were cracking and bleeding, and I don't want that for anyone. So I start by exfoliating my lips, and I've noticed that this has been very helpful in reducing hyperpigmentation and overall rashes isn't really the word, but irritation and texture is what I'll say. It's been great in reducing texture, irritation, and hyperpigmentation around my mouth. Just want to make sure that the ingredients from the toothpaste aren't irritating my delicate, sensitive, reactive skin. Now I am getting ready for surgery. Not getting ready for surgery, but I did notice that while I was reviewing the clips, I'm very thorough with the hand washing, and I didn't get it all the way up to my elbows. The soap, I didn't get it all the way up to my elbows as a surgeon would. However, thoroughness was apparent. And so after I wash my hands, I am now wetting my face to prepare for my African black soap. I find this step to be essential in ensuring that I don't dehydrate and strip my skin. I also bought some African black soap, and the instructions did say to wet your face before applying the black soap. And following this direction has proved to be helpful. I noticed that when I don't do this step, my skin is super dried out. I mean, it also has something to do with the amount of soap that I use, but generally I've noticed that with my combination skin type, it's best not to strip my skin of its natural oils all of the way because that will create an environment or a reaction where your skin will be like, oh, we're dry? Okay, let's create more oil. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm grabbing my first little bit of black soap on my pointer finger and I am applying it to my face. Yeah, I just want to talk also while we're watching about some of the skincare struggles that I've been dealing with recently because I did not want this video to be buy what I buy and do the methods that I do and you'll have clear skin like me. I have realized that I cannot listen to the dermatologists and the estheticians and the people that have been deemed experts in the field because you're an expert, quote unquote, of the field generally and not an expert of my skin. And so one day I was like, you know what, Christian, I think you should go to a particular store and just buy up all of the La Roche-Posay. People with eczema, people that have sensitive skin, reactive skin, rosacea, all of the identifiers of sensitive skin had been raving about La Roche-Posay. So what did I do? I went to the store, I bought the cleanser, I bought the moisturizer, I bought the, double repair, the moisturizer that they kind of market as extremely moisturizing. I bought the sunscreen. I spent between $200 and $300 on purchasing those products. I was so excited. I returned back to a family member's home, and I'm so excited that I purchased all these products in a state that didn't have certain taxes, because I would have been very, very disappointed. I get back to their house and I immediately start trying the products. And once I put the moisturizer on, I feel that my skin is itching. And something that I am keenly aware of is when I lie to myself and I try to tell myself that something isn't happening. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to give it a couple hours. I'm not even going to continue to wear these products overnight. I'm not going to do another skincare routine with these products this evening and try to tell myself that I was just in my head. So I immediately took off the products that were causing my skin to itch. I collected all of the products I had purchased and I returned them. And I had to return them in a different state. But I did that. And so from that moment, even though I have known this all along, I always have to get some sort of example that I can feel tactically. And so from that moment, I realized I can't follow what everyone else is doing. If it says dermatologist recommended, eczema association approved, my skin is going to break out still, because my skin, I'm pretty sure it's any synthetic ingredient, in addition to fragrances, cause irritation for me. And I realized this when I was watching so many videos and they were saying, you need sunscreen, you need sunscreen, you need sunscreen. And it would be wise if you get a sunscreen or a moisturizer with sunscreen in it. So I went to the pharmacy and I purchased a moisturizer and I purchased a couple of sunscreens and I once again applied them to my face and my skin started itching. And I'm like, you know what? Well, maybe this is just how it feels. And that is not the case. So that is one of the upsides to having sensitive, reactive skin. If my skin doesn't like something, it is illustrated and in a very prompt manner. And so my routine is simple, and every time that I veer off of the simplicity in my routine, it creates problems. And so I've had to go back to my old faithful. We are back to the African black soap and shea butter. And that's it. The sunscreen situation, I've been trying lots of sunscreens, and here's the concern. Certain sunscreens, they have a very fragrant smell that makes me nauseous. And it's either that or it's a white cast, because the active ingredients in most of the physical sunscreens give me irritation. So it's either give me irritation and cause acne and make me nauseous, or give Casper. So what I will be doing for the next round of the summer season, or wherever I am, if there's a warm climate and the UV, what do they call it? I don't remember what they call it, but the number that the sun is doing its thing at, I'm gonna get myself a UV umbrella, because if you look at the back of all of the sunscreens, that's another thing. This whole reapplication thing, yeah, that's a no. You're telling me put it on 15 minutes before I leave the house, and then 2 hours after I apply it, I need to put it back on? And you need to do this 4 times a day? Yeah, so I'll be getting myself a UV umbrella so that I can not be in direct sunlight, and that'll be that. Because my skin has told me and showed me time and time again that sunscreen is going to be a no. It's blocking my skin from being able to push out toxins. So here's where we're at. So in this clip, I am applying the shea butter. I come up from the sink once my face is still damp, and I don't apply the shea butter to my forehead until the rest of my forehead is dry. Because I've noticed that if I apply my shea butter too early, the shea butter just sits on top, and my cheeks tend to dry first. So once I've applied the shea butter to everything, I guess from my eyes down, I focus on my forehead. And this night I was so tired because I spent probably 10 to 15 minutes setting up the tripod, but I didn't have enough energy to do my gua sha. So I made sure that while I was applying my shea butter that I got in a majority of my facial massage, because yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm too tired. It's not happening. In the next clip, you're gonna see me brushing my eyebrows with a spoolie. I'm sanitizing it first. That is very important and helps to reduce a lot of the bacterial acne or breakouts that may come from germs. So I sanitize the spoolie first, and then I'm just brushing through my eyebrows, which I'm so happy to have this amount of hair on my eyebrows. I had one experience. No, I didn't have one experience. I've had several experiences where I say, I just want a cleanup. I just want a cleanup. And I realized that there are different definitions of cleanup. I say, please don't make any shapes. Please don't create an arch where there isn't one. Just want to clean up. And after the I just want to clean up, I have to spend several months regrowing my eyebrows. And so what you're seeing right now is the result of not touching them at all in terms of grooming for several months. And I've decided that if I want a specific type of look, that I will use all of the products that I bought from the makeup stores, and I will create the look with makeup. But it gets to a point where your follicles will just stop growing the hair if you keep pulling it, and I don't want it to get to that point. So I just want to have a nice foundation to work with, and then if I want to make any sort of shapes or anything, then I'll just use makeup. And yeah, that's where I'm at with that. After this clip, you will see me applying my chapstick. This is very important to make sure that you are maintaining the moisture that you have brought to the surface with the lip exfoliating. And after I apply my chapstick, I am showing you all how my skin looks. And I wouldn't say it was difficult to do this video while my skin isn't up to my standards. However, I do want to have this video as a reference to compare once my skin is at my standard, that I don't need to use several actives in order for my skin to heal. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment, and happy skincare!
I need you laid out on top of me. And oh, girl, let me run your bath water, then I'll get in there with you. You're nasty, so nasty. That's why I'm yours, 'cause you got me so